event was amazing. So I am beyond excited for you all to jump into this awesome, awesome, awesome open mic. The theme for this evening will be domestic abuse reform. So this evening, we're going to be blessed with some amazing poets. Kings and queens will be joining in tonight to give us the talents and the gifts that God blessed them with. So we're excited about that. We are excited to hear everything that everybody has to say. We're going to bring on two of the ladies that's over this event, which will be Selena K and Dr. Vanessa. They're going to come in, they're going to describe or go over their organization and everything that their organization is about. And then we're going to jump into the poets. And then at the very end, we'll bring in our features. But I hope you all are excited just like I am, because I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. I've been waiting a whole 2 months almost for this event to take place. And I'm just excited about it. Selena, I want to thank you for allowing me to host tonight. This will be my actual first time hosting. I'm good at talking to people, but I don't know how great I am with speaking. But I hope you all enjoy. And so I'm going to go ahead and let Dr. Vanessa come in.
Hello, Fantasia.
Hey, honey girl. Hey, boo-boo.
I am so honored to be here. I always think it's a great time to be able to raise awareness about some of the hush topics that we go through. HushNoMore supports survivors of hush topics: sexual assault, domestic violence, sex trafficking, child sexual abuse, incest, all of those topics that families, organizations, and communities have a hard time discussing. And so we provide support, resources, and sometimes just an ear to listen. We're very honored to be able to have some amazing poets tonight. I always want you to know that if you need anything, you can reach out to us. We are here to help you when you're going through. And that is just our goal. And we know that there's a lot going on in our communities. And so how can we make a difference? By raising awareness and rocking the mic. So I'm excited to hear what everybody has to share.
And before Selena come in, I just want to say, y'all, Dr. Vanessa is awesome. Let me tell y'all, I ain't gonna go into detail about everything, but when I was going through my little situation after her first event, and Dr. Vanessa said, hold on, let me get your contact information. I need your email. She emailed me. Y'all, she got me the resources that I needed, and I'm just so thankful for her. So I'm glad to have met this woman, and I look forward to everything that she's going to do and everything we'll do together. Selena, you ready? We're going to give Selena a few minutes to get in here so she can go over. If she can't, Selena, just text me and let me know, and I'll go ahead and go over.
Okay. I'm pushing the button and I'm just like, oh my God, it's not even working. Hi, I am Selena K. I am Truth LLC, right? Truth Radio. We are a cultural response to the economic and social climate of today. But pretty much in a nutshell.
You're breaking up, Selena.
Say it one more time.
You're breaking up real bad.
Okay, I'll talk slower. Pretty much we deal in foundational with symptoms. We don't deal with anything except for the root cause of every issue. So that's what we're here to do. And we are honored. We're honored to with HushNoMore. And we actually got our idea of doing this from the HushNoMore open mic, and it was such an amazing event. So we just to do this one. So I'm so excited, and Miss Fantasia, you're doing amazing. Like, don't worry about like nothing. Like, it don't seem like it's your first time. Just do it. Like, you're doing an amazing job. So keep going.
Thank you so much, Selena. Thank you so much. I don't know how much of that you all were able to hear about Rock Truth, but Rock Truth Radio is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. Rock Truth is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he didn't know he had that impacts, affects, and infects generationally. The radio seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local kings and queens of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. So, if you all couldn't hear Selena, that is just a snippet of her organization and everything that they do. We are going to get into our open mic poets for tonight. Dr. Vanessa, are you excited?
I am, because I feel like it happened really quickly how we put this together, but it seemed like it took forever for July the 9th to come. So I am excited to hear what everybody has to share. So, of course, yeah.
Yes. It did seem like everything was put together hastily, but it's going to be awesome and we're looking forward to it. So, according to my list, the first poet that I want to bring up tonight is Virginia Mayo. If Miss Virginia is already logged in, we would love to have her come forward and present us with a piece. Is Miss Virginia on yet, or do we need to go to the next poet? Okay, we'll come back to Miss Virginia. We'll go to the next poet. The next poet we have coming up tonight is Shanice Jones.
You on my end here. That in copy chat for me.
Can you inbox that to us, because I can't hear you. Well, while we're waiting, it seems like we're having some technical difficulties, but that's not a problem. We're gonna keep the show must go on. So while we're waiting for everybody to get situated, I am going to do a piece while we wait. Yay! So this piece is entitled Childhood Cries, and this is a poem that I wrote right after my father passed away, and I just had to learn how to be more open about my childhood and what it was that I experienced. So I hope this helps someone. The reflection I see is in me. So who could she be? Because my true identity still remains a mystery. Am I that little girl who hides underneath the bed when she hears her father's footsteps coming down the hall? Am I that little girl who sits in a tub of chlorinated water while she tries to wash the sweat of her father from an innocent body? Am I that little girl who screams and cries in pain while her voice is muzzled by her father's hands? Am I that 4-year-old little girl who's terrified to speak up as fear of retaliation dances upon her face? Am I that little girl who sits in silence while screams try to project themselves up through her throat, but her mouth doesn't have the ability to speak, and her thoughts are weakened, and she becomes succumb to the idea of what this generational cycle will repeat? As they say, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. But for this little girl, this is her childhood life on a daily basis. And while her father's voice still echoes in her head and the stench from his clothes still lingers in the bed, she's fearful, because her father was once a hero, and now he's become a stranger who sneaks into her room at night when her mother is fast asleep down the hall. And her cries, they're penetrated within those 4 walls. She's afraid. She's lonely. I know, because I'm that little girl and she is me, still unable to self-identify what we could be, still longing in search of the woman of what we're destined to be. But until then, may all of those fears remain in the rearview mirror, far enough to forget, but yet close enough to guide us. Who am I? Who is she? I am her. She is me. And will that childhood just so happen to be a part of my identity? Thank y'all. Selena, are we ready to open up with the poets? Awesome. So first to the stage, we're going to do a roll call again, is Miss Virginia Mayo.
Fantasia, what I have asked is for when the poets come in that they check in with you. So if you check the chat box,
Right.
you'll be able to see who's actually here.
Right. So we are going to go to Kimberly Hardy because she is already in. So Kimberly, we're going to go with you, okay?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so this is my first time doing something like this. So, my poem is "Can You Hear Me Now?" What do I have to do for you to hear my cry? What will it take for you to really listen and actually give a damn? You say you care. You say you will work on doing better, but you never do. I'm over trying to get you to hear my pain, my hurt, my voice, period. I'm trying I've tried to settle down. Excuse me, I've tried sitting down and talking. I've ignored the problem until I couldn't anymore. And then when I finally had enough, I blow up in anger. Your response is, I'm acting like a bitch, a brat, I'm selfish, disrespectful, or you simply say that's Nikki being Nikki, a hothead. I feel like I'm stuck in this world where you treat me like I'm a toddler, learning to walk, yet every step I take, you push me down and say, "Oh, try again," while laughing at my cries. Some say I allow it. Maybe I do. Maybe I did. But no more. I have a voice. It needs to be heard and will be heard. I have something to say, whether you agree or not, in what I have to say. But just know your acceptance is no longer needed, required, nor will I allow you to define my feelings of self-worth. I'm smart, intelligent, strong, sexy as hell, black woman of God who has a voice and can either get on you can either get on board with this Nikki or you can exit stage left. Either way, I'm fine. My cries will no longer be pushed aside. I matter. God tells me that every day. He wakes me up, and I will be respected by you and anyone else that I grace and honor with my presence. I love you, and and always will. It's on you now. Can you hear me now, bitch? That's it.
Yes, 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 Kim. Yes, yes, yes.
I can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you now. That was awesome, honey. That was awesome. Look, if they can't hear you, they can keep it moving.
Right.
If they can't hear you, they can keep it moving. Thank you. Miss Vanessa, you have some words for Kim?
I love it, Kim. I am so proud of you, especially because this is your first time. This is not easy. And so I'm very, very proud of you. So congratulations on pushing through, overcoming a little fear. So I can hear you. I can hear you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. So next up, we are going to bring Eddie Forum to the front. Eddie, are you ready?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. Hello, how are you? My name is Ed Protest. I hope everyone feels fantastic. Please enjoy rhyme. So please give it time so you all feel sublime. All right. Happy to be here. This is called Dear Whoever. I hope you're doing well. Hope you like the weather. Hope your mind is a clear bell. If not, it will get better. Your life will set sail. If it's an argument, don't upset him or her. Hope your sorrows go pale. Hope your days are less wetter. Hope you treasure your success and fails. Hope you know you're a go-getter. Hope you don't fall for the doubtful spells. Hope you know life is a heavy hitter. Hope you can quickly break your cell. Hope you know lessons taste so bitter. Hope you toss all your regrets down a well. Hope you taste rain under warm shelter. Hope you become a hero then a rebel. Hope you wear your pains and failures as a sweater. Hope your todays and tomorrows aren't hell. Hope you learn and gain a lot from this letter. Hope you're happy and not unwell. Hope you feel healthier, greater, and lighter than any feather. Hope your heart blossoms, expands, grows, and swells. Hope your hopes and dreams are on a higher measure. Hope you know this isn't a bitter goodbye, but a sweet farewell. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ed. I personally love when men recite poetry. I just loved it, and I really could relate to it. So thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Ed, you did an amazing job, and I like the way you started out in the beginning. You know, it caught the audience's attention. If it didn't catch nobody else's attention, it caught mine. So I definitely like the way you started out the piece. So thank you for joining us. It's always good to have kings come in and mingle with the queens when we're doing spoken word. So we're glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Dr. Vanessa, if you don't mind, I see that Demetria is in, but we're going to save her for the ending because she's one of our featured poets. If you don't mind gracing us with a piece.
I will. Okay, so this is my first time saying this piece, and I'm excited because I love sharing poetry. Everybody that comes on tonight, not necessarily that they are a professional, but they write, and we write through healing, and so that's what I do. I heal through my writing. So here goes. From the eyes of a child, awaken in the middle of the night, sounds of my mother crying, whimpering, and trying to breathe. At the age of approximately 4, I remember tiptoeing downstairs to see why my mother was crying and why my dad was yelling, "Shut up." Once I made it downstairs, I saw my mother sitting on the floor, laying her head up against the white brick wall in our living room. I saw tears running down her dark skin and her long hair in disarray. As I write this, I'm not even sure if they realized that I was watching, or as my grandmother would say, being nosy. I don't remember much of that night, but I do know that it wasn't the last time I would witness my dad abusing my mother and experiencing events that would have a lasting impact on all of my future relationships. My dad was a soldier in the United States Army. I thought he was strong, smart, and handsome in his green fatigues. I can remember waiting outside on the porch to see what special gifts he had for me. He was my natural protector and treated me like the son he never had. I was girly, but was rough just like him. I wanted to be just like him. I even stole his cigarettes and tried to emulate his every move. Well, that was until he caught me with his cigarettes and taught me a life lesson of never inhaling. My dad was my everything. I wanted to marry a man just like my father. This is why I couldn't understand how he could be so sweet one day and downright mean the next. Years would pass, and my mother would silently endure being abused by the man that we both loved. Even when she considered leaving, her mother advised her to stay because he was a good man and he took care of his family. She believed in marriage until death do you part, but I wondered would my mom die staying in this relationship? She was isolated because she was a stay at home mom. She had 3 girls, raising them, and couldn't support herself financially. So people would say, "Why didn't you leave? Why did you stay? Why didn't you go about your own way?" You would think she could report it, at least to the military police. But there was such a thing called the good old boy system. Fast forward Fast forward. This was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, forgiving my dad. I had to forgive a man for abusing my mother, divorcing his family, and for removing us from a standard of living that we had become accustomed to. How do you truly forgive an abuser? You forgive them by realizing that there is no manual or guidelines to being a parent. They make mistakes, especially if they didn't have a good example. So, although I have forgiven my dad, I would never forget the abuse, just like other millions of children, just like me, who hear their parents arguing on the other side of the wall. Peace and blessings.
Dr. Vanessa, let me tell you, child. Let me tell you, honey. Look, if I ain't had nowhere to be, I'd be crying this makeup off right now.
You can't cry to makeup off.
I can't cry the makeup off. I can't cry the makeup off. But let me tell you, honey, what people don't realize is, especially older people, what they don't realize when a woman is going through an abusive relationship, especially with her husband, and it could just be a boyfriend, a friend that's gotten attached to them, when they're going through, nobody understands why they're staying, and they have all these remedies on why you should get out, but no one is helping you to get out. And if it's your own mother, because I know me and my siblings experienced it with my mom when she was in her abusive relationship. And it's like, one minute he's calm, he portrays this different person in front of his friends when they come over, but as soon as we're behind closed doors and it's just me, my siblings, and my mom, all hell breaks through in the house. And nobody understands the impact that it leaves on a child, the memories, and it somewhat makes them terrified at some point of being in a relationship. Because I know at one point I was terrified to get into a relationship, because if you could portray to be somebody else in front of other people, and when we were together you were someone completely different and nobody could help me, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that. So I can definitely relate to it, because the impact that it leaves on children is crazy. They remember this for years and years, and it definitely devastates. So thank you for sharing that. It was awesome. Girl, I give you 25,000 thumbs up. Like the church say, if I had 10,000 tongues, honey, you would get it.
I think it's important that people realize that their children, remember, they hear. You think your kids don't hear in the other room, that they don't know what's going on, and they don't understand the bruises. Yes, they do. Kids are very smart. So if you are in a situation and you have children, don't stay for the kids, because we want you to leave. I tell everybody that. I wanted my mom to leave. Right. Yeah, I want to stay in that relationship, in that family relationship. So
in the Black household, that's one of the main excuses that they use is, I stayed for the children. If it's going to cost you your life, don't stay for the kids, because what are the kids going to do when the mother is gone or the father is gone? Because men can be abused as well. So don't just stay for the kids, because I know in my marriage of 13 years, I had enough in 2018. And the last time was my ex-husband pulling out a rifle on me. And the only way I woke up is because my son started crying and he was holding a rifle at my head. So no, my life is important. So that was awesome. That was awesome. So
thank you
next,
for sharing, Tasia. We
welcome.
decided to hush no more. So I honor you in this moment. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, next up, y'all, this thing getting good. I'm so excited about these features. I'm excited about these poets as well, but I know these features about to bring it. Next up, we're going to bring Sky Palmer.
Oh, okay. There I go. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I couldn't tell. Okay, so I go by the name of Skyly and I do poetry. The poem that I'm going to do is called Breaking Bread. free. Well, if I would have never answered that text, maybe you would have never got the chance to take advantage of me. There were many other times I would have cried if it wasn't about my guy. This one day was different though. I was riding around and I was bored. You hit me up and said you were having a party and I should come through. I didn't think anything of it because I didn't have anything else to do. I tried to call my sister, but she was in another city and busy, and I didn't want to go by myself. So I thought, what was the worst that could happen? I texted you and said I was on my way. You said, okay, cool. I'll be there when everyone is waiting for you. I pulled up, text you, and said I was outside. You came to open the door. We walked past the kitchen. Your mom was sitting there. I spoke and said hello, and where was the party at? You told me upstairs, so I followed you. Little did I know what you were about to do. We got upstairs, and music was so loud, and I noticed that there was no crowd. I asked what happened to everybody, and you threw me on the bed and said, don't make a sound. I remember trying to push you off as I fought. As you fought to get my jacket, I tried to scream, but it was like nothing happened. All I could think about was this couldn't be happening to me. I tried to push you off, but you were too strong. And then it was I left my own body and everything went numb. How I let this happen, I just keep thinking it was my fault. Then I lost track of it. I was trying to get my body to move to get away, but it was like I was broken. Somewhere between me mentally moving you, it stopped and you stopped and you said we should do it again, as if I allowed it this time. I pulled my clothes back on and ran out of there. I drove home with tears in my eyes. I put myself in the shower feeling dirty and used. I was so stupid. I just knew it was my fault. If only I had ignored your text message. I sat on the shower floor just questioning myself. The harder I scrubbed, the more it played in my head. I was quiet for days. I didn't know what to say. Who would believe me? I felt so unprotected, and everywhere I went, I looked over my shoulder thinking you would try again. A friend or a friend is what you were supposed to be. I just never thought that it could happen to me. You took something from me that day, haunting me for years, and I lived in fear. Who would want me after that, after you treated me like common trash? I didn't want to tell a soul, and I swore I would take that to my grave. But today, I'm letting go. Letting go all the hurt and the pain and the shame. Letting go of the idea that your lies and decision was my fault. I'm setting free my soul and spirit from something that was meant to break me. I pray for your soul, your daughters, that someone will protect them from anybody that would try to be like you. I hope that no one ever tried to do me like, oops, sorry. I hope that no one ever tried to do you like they did me. Your granddaughters, your nieces, and your aunts, I pray that God has his hand on them too. I'm working on forgiving you, not because you did anything right, but for me to move on in my life. I need to be free. I cannot let the weight of your transgression put me down. I don't want to be that battered woman forever. So this is my stand.
Yes, ma'am, Skyly. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing, honey. It takes a lot for people to come up here and give us what they've been through. And I know sometimes it's still a difficult subject, it's still touchy. So we applaud you for coming up and sharing your story with us. And our hopes is
Thank
that
you.
someone listening will be able to heal through this. And I always like to tell people it's not that we're forgetting, but we're going to be able to remember what we go through or went through without having to relive it. You don't want to have once
Hmm.
you forgive somebody, you don't want to have to relive it again, because once we let it go and we give it to God, we don't want to, we can remember it, and sometimes in the process with remembering, it's difficult not to hold on to it. But once you fully let it go, you can recall a situation without reliving it. And that's the best type of healing that you could ever get. So thank you so much. We applaud you in your progress of forgiving, because it's not for that person, it's for you. At the
Hmm.
end of the day, forgiveness is for you. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Dr. Vanessa.
So I always say I honor you in this moment. I truly, truly do. It's not easy. And I love your point because It lets people know that just because I showed up, because I went to your house, wherever I went, does not mean that I wanted to have sex with you. And so thank you for sharing that. And I know you're working on forgiveness. And so continue that healing process. This is a great step in healing. So peace and blessings to you. That was phenomenal. So thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Dr. Vanessa. I want to see if Miss Mary is in. Not a lot of the poets checked in yet, so I'm kind of just playing it by ear. So if you are in the chat room, could you please announce yourself so we can bring you forward to do your piece? Will be done. Is Miss Mary in? So if Miss Mary is not in, I don't know how many more pieces I can do, y'all. I need for y'all to show up. Dr. Vanessa, I need for them to join, honey. I'm gonna run out of stuff in a little while, child.
I don't want to be the only one.
Look, y'all, we got some great stuff going on. I know I got books out and stuff, but honey, I'm gonna run out of pieces today.
Sky has another piece. So if you
Oh,
want to come back in the studio, Sky.
yes, Sky, you could come back in, honey. We'll love to have you. Thank you for your participation tonight, Sky.
No problem. um, so this poem I actually just wrote a couple days ago. That poem that I just read to you guys, it came from my book, but this one is a new one. So,
Can
Fresh.
you
um,
share the name of your book?
um,
Where we can
yes.
purchase and support you?
So it's called White Words on a White Wall. Um, this is, I don't know if you, this is actually it. This is one of my proofs though. So like, of course, you guys won't have that. I don't know if can you see it?
I can see it. That's bomb. That's bomb. I like it.
Thank you. It's on Amazon now. Yeah, this is my first poetry book. So yes.
Awesome. Congratulations,
Um,
honey.
thank you. So this piece doesn't, I didn't title it yet. Like I said, I just wrote the title, but here it goes. Doesn't trust me, and he said he has to see where it goes because everyone before him hurt alone. Certain things about me that he doesn't like. I remind him too much of his past and is given very much. This is wrong. I tried to argue back like, you make me jump through hoops, never even gave me a chance to prove that I'm not like them and never will be. You have to be able to see me for me. I never cared about the car you drive or your money. Nah, that's what they all say. I wrote reply, I've been by your side, and if we ever had problems, we could figure them out on our own. Because he said, this situation all feels repeated, the back and forth and arguing. I'm telling you, this just ain't it. Believe it. I've held females down before and I thought was right. They all snakes and was just waiting for the next guy, just to end up in a relationship that was fight or flight. The man you want me to be, I can't be. I'm tired. I want to be free. This is who you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. My heart has been broken too many times this through. You always telling me to talk it out, maybe get a therapist. And what is that? I told him it's the same as having a barber, go to them because you can't cut your own. This past pain, you have to let it go. So yes, go talk to someone and get it all out. They can help you, no doubt. You think I've never been through pain before? I took a chance on you too. I was shattered and didn't even try to even the score. I was that hurt little girl, but you're still that hurt little boy. You won't even try to open up your heart. I keep having to scale walls and fight your demons like I'm still trying out for the part. It's not fair that you keep comparing me, and the more I see, it just wasn't them. Got me out here shooting my shot and not even touching the rim. I can't keep giving you all of me if you're going to not appreciate it. I started to walk through the door with my stuff, and you didn't even look up to see if I was playing. I asked, how can you be so unaffected? Don't care if I stay or go? Dag, I feel so disrespected. You told me nobody's going to hold the door for you, so that's your choice if you want to go. So make sure you open up your ears and listen to my voice. I always have a plan, always 10 steps ahead. I got to guard my heart. It's hard to explain because I'm a man. I stepped back like, that's all you can say? What happened to I love you or I want you to stay? Are you sure there's nothing about you that you need to change? He looked up. But you're so special. Rolling my eyes. And what does that mean? I don't want to be your trophy. I want to be your queen. I want to walk down that aisle. I deserve a ring. And what about family? Smacking his teeth. Man, what do you want me to do? You said you wanted the truth. I do love you, or else I wouldn't still be in this. Man, stop, you're not in love with me. So let me go about my business. He cried out, but this is all I know how to. My dad provided for my mom, and that's all I was trying to do for you. I interjected, it's more than that, and that's a fact. He screamed, but I don't want the same things that you do. Well, there it is, the crossroads we're always going to. I walked past the mirror, checked my crown, and whispered, chin up, boo. Because the last thing I was going to do was change what I want in my life for you.
I love it. You know what? I don't want to get married again. Maybe when I do, but sometimes people want you in a relationship, but they don't want to have no real commitment to you. And so I'm feeling you. I'm like, what? Yes,
Right.
yes. But I'm like, right now, I am good. When you're healing, you're not trying to get into any relationship. And if you are in a relationship and you are not healed, back up a little bit and work on yourself. So
Right.
that's what I was thinking
Mm,
about when you said that.
Awesome. And like Dr. Vanessa said, if you are in a relationship and you're not fully healed, the best thing to do is back up until you get you all the way together. Because the thing you don't want to do is bleed on somebody who didn't cut you. And
mm,
that ruins friendship. So if you haven't fully healed, and you will know when you heal. You will know when you heal. You could talk about a situation and not get teary eyed. You will talk about a situation and be okay with talking about it. You won't think about that person and you just move forward. You smile different, you glow different, you walk different, you talk different. The things that you do are different. The environment that you walk into is different. Your atmosphere is different. The people that you hang around is different. So when you fully heal, baby, you will know when you are fully healed, because stuff that used to bother you won't even bother you no more. That's
mm,
how healed you be. You're gonna be able to look at the situation and be like, I was worried about that. Why? That's how you gonna be. Honey, I was
right.
married for 10 years, and after it was all said and done, now don't get me wrong, honey. I came out of character. I was in the bathroom on the floor crying. Like, I showed my natural born black behind. After everything was said and done, because I just was like, oh my God, I spent 13 years, had 5 children with a man that could step outside our marriage and do this. Like, I put in years, I put in my youthful years at that. So it was just like, oh, okay. So now I look at it like, buddy, you lost out. You lost out, because I'm great now, better than ever. And I would never, like Dr. Vanessa said, I don't want to get married no more. I'm good. I don't want to get married no more. Thank you so much, Skyly. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next up, I'm excited because we have a new poet coming to the forefront. I hope I say your name right. Itzel Hernandez. Is that? I hope I say your name right. Tell me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Chad.
Well, everyone says it differently. I say it itself, but that's fine if you say it the way you want to say it.
Itzel. No, I'm gonna say it the way you want me to say it, child. Your mama named you. Tell people how to say your name.
You're right. You're right. Gotta change my name. But thank you for taking that into consideration, though.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm gonna be singing. I'm actually gonna do an original song. Will that be okay for the show? Yeah. Okay. So my name is Itzel, and I'm gonna be doing an original song that I wrote. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I saw the sun today. Didn't hit me the same way. I heard uncertainty call my name. Why does it sound like pain? Take it further. I look in the eyes of the place that I lie to every single day. But when I get home, you tell me you're scared to be alone, but you never been on your own. No, you never been on your own. Hey, my mind wasn't scattered. There'd be a happy ending, but in the back of my mind, I hear you yelling for help because I know you turn yourself into a call just so everyone you had won't let go. But when I get home, you tell me you're scared to be alone, but you never been on your own. No, you never been on your own. Hey, one day I hope to hold your hand and forget what you did in the past. And once you're happy, you'll know your last. Yeah. Once you're happy, you'll know your last. Hey. But for now, when you tell me you're scared to be alone, how can that be when you've never been on your own? 'Cause you're scared to be on your own, but you've never been on your own. Hey, that was the ending.
Itzel, that was amazing, and it was an original piece. That is awesome. Question:
Yeah.
do you have
Oh,
any
yeah.
CDs out?
Any what? I'm sorry.
CDs? Are you putting your songs on CDs?
Oh, yeah, I'm planning to soon, hopefully. I really want to make a release an EP by the end of the year. So hopefully by the end of the year, I have something to share with you guys because
Oh,
I'm working on it right now.
please let
Yeah.
us know when you do because I want that song. You don't have to put nothing else up there. Just make it for me.
Oh my God,
make,
thank you. You guys are
make
so
an
nice.
EP just for me.
Love you guys already. Oh my God, you guys are so kind. I'll definitely be releasing this song though with the EP. So yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Vanessa.
yeah, that
Thank
was
you guys.
beautiful. You have such like an innocence about you. But I
Yeah.
just love it. Like I was just like all into your song and just the acoustic guitar. Like I loved everything. And people don't always realize that poetry and music are the same. They are the
Exactly. They're
same.
both
Yeah,
both
they're
very-
yeah, one with just some sound. So I loved it. And thank you so very much for sharing that with us.
Oh my God, thank you guys for having me. I love this is my first time here and I'm loving it already. I love everybody on here.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you guys are so
Well,
nice.
please keep coming. Please keep coming. We would love to have you back
Definitely.
again when we do another event.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Oh my
You're
God.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right, then. You guys have a good night then.
You too. I wish I had the little round of applause thingamajig. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying? That was
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah, I wish
When
I
next
had
time.
it. You did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll see you guys.
So, Dr. Vanessa, how do you feel about bringing in a feature?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Demetria, that's what I'm talking about, honey. All this creativity, honey, they are doing it tonight. Everyone that's come before us so far has been amazing, and I'm sure everyone to come after is going to be amazing as well. So, what we're going to do until we get some more open mic poets in the room, we are going to bring forward a feature for tonight. And y'all, I'm so excited about the feature that I'm gonna bring forward, and she probably gonna be shocked that I called on her first. But I'm excited about hearing her because she's just such a genuine person. I talked to her and Selena. Hey, Demetria. I talked to her and Selena earlier, and she is just amazing. So, Demetria, we're going to bring you in. And Demetria is an international World Woman of Vision, Health, and Wellness nominee. Demetria Winters is a mental health advocate, author, entrepreneur, nurse, and veteran. Thank you for your service. As a survivor of childhood trauma and diagnosed with major depression, she set out to find a way to affect change in mental health and alleviate stigma in the Black community. Focusing on Black women like herself, she seeks to provide education and support with her courses, workshops, and books. She is also involved in political, economic, and clinical forums that led to her founding Black Butterfly Queen's Life Coaching LLC for Black women seeking to overcome their mental and emotional challenges and finding their purpose. Demetria helps these Black women devise self care plans that include mindset training, conflict resolution, and personal development. So, without further ado, we are going to bring in Miss Demetria Winters. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
you are welcome, Queen.
I am so honored to be here. And, you know, you go through life feeling alone when you go through trauma, especially when you go through trauma at a young age. You don't know how to describe it. You don't know how to handle it. You don't realize that you carry this burden throughout your life into your relationships. Um, it affects your health. And I'm finally truly the butterfly that I want to be because I was hidden away in the dark. I was an isolator. I kid around and I say I'm a master suppressor, but it's so true. The first poetry I'm going to do, um, it was like a change. Like I did poetry here and there, but actually my youngest daughter is like that's one person I look up to. But this is a poem I wrote and it's like I felt it. And it's called Roller Coaster. Like a roller coaster, the twists and turns of my guts in turmoil, bubbling, burning, spilling out on both ends, smelling like the garbage that was emptied into my spirit. Ups and downs, not knowing which way to go, but 360 degrees as I turn around in circles, never getting ahead, feeling like my steps go back instead of forward, going sky high, making me feel like I'm finally going to the top until that death drop. Feeling like my heart stops going through a tunnel of darkness as it overtakes me while surrounded by your shame and secrets that I mistook for my own. I'll go through that tunnel, making my way towards the light. Who knows when I'll feel upright or how I even got there to begin with. What next as I try to regroup and make my first step on solid ground, legs wobbling like jello, unsteady breath, unsure when to put the one foot in front of the other.
honey, sometimes that's all it takes is learning how to put one foot in front of the other and taking it day by day, one step at a time. Thank you so much. That was phenomenal. I wish my overseer would have joined us tonight, but she's busy. Um Pastor Dr. Louise Goins, you remind me so much of her, Demetria. You just demand attention. Like, even when you start talking, it's just something about your aura that's so demanding, but it's not like in an intimidating way. It's like, I want to hear what you have to say. So thank you so much. Learning how to put one foot in front of the other. Thank you.
And
Thank you, Queen.
thank you for that, because for a long time I didn't want to be up front. I didn't want to bring attention to myself, because attention towards me, opened me up for, those things that people did to me, you know, um, that broke me for a long time. And now I'm over it. I said, I'm going to tell everything.
Yes, ma'am. And that's what that's what we're hoping for everyone to do. We're hoping that everyone is able to find their voice, but until they can find their voice, we'll be the voices for them. So it's healing in your brokenness. And even like Tasha Cobb say, even I'm gracefully broken, honey, gracefully broken. So sometimes you have to be broken in order to walk in the destiny that God has already ordained over your life. And I always look, I don't feel like God God allowed the situations to happen. It's more so we're put into a situation and God is there with us. But sometimes we have to go through that middle process, that middle ground, in order for us to come out. William Murphy has a song, Same Grace. And the same grace that God gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is the same grace that he wants to give all of us. So if we just keep an open mind and an open heart and be faithful in our walk with him, everything that we felt like was meant to tear us down, God is turning around for our good. He's already started turning it around for our good. So I'm just thankful that you were able to come to the forefront and not hide in the shadows, because you are a butterfly. And just like the process that it takes for a butterfly to erupt into the beautiful creature that it is the same process that we have to go through. So I'm just thankful that you're able to come forward now instead of hiding in the shadows of what haunted you and what you were afraid of. So thank you. Dr. Vanessa, you have anything you want to say to Demetria?
Hey, butterfly. I love butterflies too. We transform. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
My life has truly been a roller coaster, so I can relate to you on many levels. So thank you for coming forward and being out in front. We need women to be out in front and to speak up. So thank you for that, and I honor you as you're operating your truth. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, did you have a second piece for us, Demetria?
I actually do. And this one is for all of us. It's called I See You, Queen. I see you, Queen. Makeup, beat, lashes on fleek. I see you, Queen. I see you, Queen. Most definitely a boss. Looking like you hardly ever take a loss. I see you, Queen. But I also feel you, Queen. I feel that hurt with all that hidden dust and dirt piled up. I feel you, Queen. Hiding all the dark secrets and drama, never knowing the effects of the trauma. I feel you, Queen. I feel you, Queen. I feel how you are in a crowd, but trapped in your own head, screaming out loud. I feel you and I hear you, Queen. I know you. I know you. I am you. That's it. Yes.
Yes, 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 Demetria. Honey. Okay, so here we go. We about to get into this, y'all. Because a lot of us, I'm trying to find my poem for this, honey, because I got one to come behind you. A lot of us find it hard to be us genuinely.
Mm.
We find it difficult because we have all these people or images that society wants us to portray ourselves as, and we're not authentic when it comes to who God called us to be. So I just appreciate you for that. I'm trying to find that peace, honey, because baby, we need to learn how to bask in the simplicity of being us. Because it's a great thing, and can't nobody do you like you. God
Right.
designed you to be just that you. We were made in his image. So any other thing that is trying to portray who you are, it's not gonna work. It's gonna fail because can't nobody do you like you do you other than God.
Right. And God knew you before you were born, and he allowed you to live. And isn't that the ultimate love? He felt like you were already beautiful. You already had purpose. You already had everything in you that he needed you to have in you. And when people try to alter that, when people put you down about your looks, about your hair, about your shape, that's not of God.
Right. Right. You're absolutely correct. And I do know that sometimes our biggest critic aren't those of our peers, it's ourselves. So I have this piece for y'all called Imperfections. How can you just stand there and pretend like you don't see it? Come closer. Do you see it now? All those imperfections. You know you'll never be good enough. And there I was, face to face, examining her from head to toe, basking in the simplicity that I could never be her. She was amazing. Head held high. If I didn't know any better, I would say she had a face in the clouds. She had confidence for miles, miles that only she could travel because there was no way I could fill her shoes. Here I was, plain Jane, just an ordinary girl trying to find my place in society, using makeup to hide my blemishes so I can make up for those imperfections, applying my mascara so the mask that I wore day to day wasn't so easily portrayed. That's why my favorite brand was Maybelline, because maybe I could find a glimpse of me and her. And doing so, maybe I would discover my self-worth because I'm not her. And society has placed so many standards on who I should be when all I should have to be is me. No, I'm not perfect. And if you can't love me for me, then leave me be. I'll never be who you would like me to be. That woman I examined face to face was a replica of me. I was fixated on who society wanted me to be. My two-way mirror shattered. Honestly, I don't want to stay stuck in this pattern. Held head high, confidence obtained. My imperfections, no longer am I ashamed. I'm just an ordinary girl with extraordinary capabilities, learning to bask in the simplicity of being me. Thank you, Demetria,
Yes,
honey.
yes, 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 yes. You know, Black women are attacked on so many levels, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired of the hidden secrets. Y'all knew Uncle so and so or cousin, whoever, was doing things to the children, and you let it go on for generations and still held that person in high esteem. And it is about time to put an end to this, because When we talk about generational curses, we happen to avoid that and avoid the mental health talk, avoid the emotional talk. And we keep falling down like dominoes. So there's a problem with one person in a family or in that circle that reaches and touches generations and generations. And when is it going to stop? And one of the problems is we've been silenced, and now we need to make sure they hear our voices loud and clear.
Yes, ma'am. They hear us loud and clear. And if they don't hear us now, they will. They will. Because ain't no static going on. They hear us. So thank you so much, Demetria, for blessing us with your presence tonight. We definitely enjoyed you. Would you agree, Dr. Vanessa?
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree. Coming through tonight. I'm so proud of all of you. So yes.
I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know how often y'all do it, but I'm feeling like it should happen no less than once every 2 weeks.
The pressure on Dr. Vanessa. She said once every 2 weeks, honey.
No less than.
Oh, no less than. Excuse me. See, I was trying to give you some wiggle room, Dr. Vanessa, but she came in and corrected me. Oh man.
This schedule, Demetria, it's definitely got to be a quarter. I'm telling you, because our schedules are so crazy. We do. And if any of you ever just want to do a piece and you record it, we can share it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We can definitely share it.
Right. Thank y'all so much for being here again. So next up, we have my boo, Tammy Free Spirit. I'm so excited about her, y'all. I love her to pieces. I can't wait till she come get her nephew. Tammy Nicole Myers, aka Free Spirit, is a native of Columbia, South Carolina, and she currently resides in Pineville, Charlotte, North Carolina. Miss Myers is an entrepreneur, author, spoken word artist, poet, mentor, purpose coach, and volunteer ambassador in several local communities. Miss Myers is very passionate about her skills and craft. She understands that giving back to society is a beautiful gift from God of universe, and often quoted, we have to be a servant first before we become anything else in life. Miss Myers believes in self-determination, self-motivation, and many levels of growth. She pushes herself to never give up on life or others, no matter what challenges may come her way. Miss Myers continues to prevail in her journey by using experiences in poetry writing as a therapeutic outlet to feel liberated. Miss Myers has received a certificate in creative writing at Central Piedmont Community College under creative writing instructor Barbara Kidd Lawley in Chirac 2009. Today, Miss Myers is still pursuing her poetry writing career, and during her free time, she practiced spiritual sabbatical cleansings that pertains to holistic self-maintenance, self-love, and care. So without further ado, we go bring Free Spirit to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. So, Vanessa, Dr. Vanessa, how are you, lady?
I am beautiful and amazing, and I'm excited that you all are here. I'm ready to hear what you got to do for us tonight.
Oh, yes, honey. I am working off a few minutes of sleep. I hadn't slept all day, but I'm going to give it to you, though. And I want to show off my t-shirt. I'm rocking. Okay, the Hush No More open mic rock truth tonight.
Yes, rock truth, hush no more. Let's get it.
Thank you, Selena. Okay. Well, thank you for that nice introduction, my friend, my sister girl over there, Miss Fantasia. You're doing a great job with hosting. And I want to go ahead and dive on in a little bit here. This poem I'm going to recite, it's been written many, many years ago, like maybe like 2013. Basically, I was in a toxic relationship, and just for the record, I'm LGBT affiliated, and it was domestic violence with a female, a woman. So just keeping it real, and I like to tell my truth because without my truth, I cannot represent who I am. So this poem is based upon a relationship I was living in. I felt like I was a victim of false love. So that's the title of this poem. Lies after lies, she told me. I was enslaved by a demonic spirit that worked through the love of a person who portrayed a demisable image. I was held captive in two lost souls, mine and hers. I fought a good fight, but truthfully, I lost against myself, but tried so hard to please her than to be a better me. She victimized me with a distasteful and tainted love that I hate to even account for. I messed up for allowing her back into my life, thinking she had changed her defiled and unworthy ways from before. Here we go once again. She falsified my hopes and dreams that I envisioned of us. My spiritual love was ridiculed and humiliated by selfish and insecure human specimens. They hurt me fiercely for their own agenda and inferiorities and manipulations, and manipulated my mind and strong heart, which now feels weak, but I won't let fall apart. I'm so sad about the situation. I'm so mad at myself. I know my worth is valuable, and I felt as though I let it down. I became my own prisoner and ended up going into a brief confinement because of a situation that my false love provoked. I feel so ashamed and demeaned in front of my Father in heaven. Now I have to bear witness of consequences for something vicious that could have been prevented. I'm waiting on the Lord to set me totally free from self-pity and negativity. My good character was not perfect, but I didn't deserve to be betrayed and disrespected by the one I loved so hard, supported and took care of. The relationship was laced with impurities, insanity acts, and control issues of disobedience that my God was not pleased with. I tried to do the right thing, and guess what? It caused me heartache, emotional pain, failures, and major goals, setbacks. I prayed to God, asking Him for His forgiveness as I repented for the sins that I had committed against Thee. And I personally thank Him for another chance and delivering me and delivering my flesh and soul from the victim of false love. Free Spirit has spoken.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She has. She has. Yes, yes, yes. Baby, let me tell you. So, out of all of that, when I tied this whole relationship together, I got it was like a drug. And when you get addicted to something, it's hard to let it go. So that little part you threw in there about it being laced with impurities, baby. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I enjoyed it. That was awesome. I got to get your CD too. You ain't promote your CDs?
Oh, yes, I can promote it right quickly because I do have an erotica spoken word CD, The Salacious Tongue. Now, I don't mean to cut up so bad though. But anyway, it's titled The Salacious Tongue. This is my erotica CD. It's my first baby. It was released last year, February the 14th, Valentine's Day, but due to the pandemic, I was just kind of like executing it, promoting it through social media links. But if you like a copy, there are 1488 because of due to shipping and handling. But if you would like a copy, trust me, you won't go wrong. It will enhance your romance. It will drive you insane, making you lust after your own self. But anyway, it's titled The Salacious Tongue. And if you would like a copy, I am on Facebook. at Tammy Nicole Myers, and I'm also on Instagram at I am free spirit _46. Get your copy. You will not go wrong. And some clean tracks on there too for the Christian folks. Don't get it twisted. I'm not holier than thou, but guess what? Christians need love too. So at the end of the day, just get at me, get at your girl, support me. I got you.
Tammy, I'm trying not to cut up, honey, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this CD, y'all. I stopped doing erotic poetry, but I love to hear other people do it. And honey, I love to make love to myself anytime, so I can't wait to buy this CD.
So crazy. Look, we got to stick in the moment now. We got to stay in the moment.
Okay, I can't wait to support.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So I do have another piece, but I'm not sure when you want me to deliver it. But it's your call. I'm just waiting on your feedback or anything.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Vanessa, you had any words for Tammy before I let her do her second piece?
So first of all, I have Tammy's book and I also have her CD. I think it's important for us to support each other. And baby, that's Alicia's tongue. She's something else, right? I love it. I love poetry that just gets to your heart. So support Tammy. She's really doing good things. And when you go out and do a whole CD and you're doing a book, you're on the come up. So thank you for participating with us. Like you the real truth. And thank you for living in your truth. A lot of people won't write from the perspective of their lifestyle. And sometimes people don't understand that domestic violence also happens in same sex couples. And so I think it's very important that we talk about that and we raise awareness as well. So thank you, Tammy, for just living in your truth and being honest and relatable to many people who walks the same journey as you. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome, and I I decided to do that piece on it just because of what you just said, and I know that you support LGBT, and I thank you for that as well because so many people don't understand that we go through the same thing other heterosexual any kind of relationship goes through. I know it's kind of sad because we are women that women's supposed to be a little more passionate, but at the end of the day, they people who have toxic lives, they bring that mess into your life, and sometimes you don't know it until you actually get involved with them. So you start learning all these narcissistic behaviors and personality disorders and things like that. So it plays a part on you too, because sometimes you could become toxic unexpectedly because you're trying to love somebody. It's no right or wrong person to me. I just think people just or who they are. You accept them for who they are, and at the end of the day, they have to be the one to change individually. So at the end of the day, I cannot come in trying to change anyone. All I can do is love the person the best that I know how. But when they tapping into my energy with that toxic stuff, that's when a gorilla come out of me, and I don't like the gorilla in me. So I just kind of stay in the zone of trying to keep God first and let Him manifest things in my life to stay on the straight and narrow and stay positive. And I release things and people that I feel like it becomes overwhelming to my spirit because I know where God has taken me, because I know who I am and I know who I belong to, and I know what I no longer will accept from anyone. I don't care, male, female, I don't care who it is. Is this at this day and time, life is too short, and love is supposed to be genuine and kind. Not raw and ruthless. I think people just got it backwards and twisted, and it's overrated. But if you love God the way you love God, and you love yourself the way you love God, then it'd be easier for you to love somebody else the same way.
Yes, ma'am. Drop that knowledge, sis. Drop that knowledge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You say you had another piece for us, right?
Yeah, I have another piece, but it's kind of long. I'm not sure if y'all have other people who would like to go ahead and spit there, if you don't mind me. It's kind of long though.
Okay, Dr. Vanessa, how you feel about it? Because we only have one more feature to bring up after Tammy and yourself.
That should be good.
You should be good.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's hear it.
Okay, well, and and it's a reflection. It's an older piece, maybe a year, many years ago, like in 2012. This piece is basically can iterate for like in the current now present moment for people who gone through something, but then they finally release someone or release people, or that person finally gone out their lives. So this is the title of this poem. Is that I'm glad you're finally gone, and it's an old piece, but it's for the current, because people right now, we all are processing and going through some things, and we want to deliver some things. So and release. You profess that you never stopped loving me ever since we were younger and dated over 20 years ago. I have now discovered it to be a lie. When I look back over the 3 years of hell that you took me through, I was so broken and disgusted with what I saw. The relationship was filled with so much disgrace and mega pain from your past baggage that you introduced me to, which made you a loser in you. I never been so humiliated in my entire life by someone who called themselves a lover, a partner, or even a friend. At first, I was disappointed in myself for allowing a deadly species like you to come into my world of peace and so eagerly try to destroy it. Oh yeah, I know you are angry as hell at yourself now because you didn't succeed the destruction. Maybe you felt threatened and intimidated by what my Father in heaven have created in me that you always wanted to be. The jealousy you displayed in our lives was shown through negativity and mischievous behaviors. You see, it seemed like you hated me for being into the church, believing in myself, and having such a humble spirit with my self preservation. Listen to this. I refuse to give the enemy who works through you any more power over my spiritual warfare. You wanted me to blame myself for your misfits and dysfunctional failures so that you can feel good about yourself. Never that, boo. You even had the audacity to betray my trust and loyalty, even emotionally abuse me secretly behind my closed doors. When it came and when it comes to correcting the problem, you always blame the drama on the medication you were prescribed so that I wouldn't leave your contaminated eggs. I'm glad you finally gone. The painful moments were scornful, hidden from the public's eye because of the bogus image that you had to uphold. You are a bastard child that was neglected by parenthood and is now corrupt as like an evil demonic spirit from hell filled with deception. You seek to ravish my soul like you have done unto others and is still doing it just to gain control and reap the benefits. People like you choose to be unhappy, miserable, and mad with the world because of your own personal inferior. Maybe you are disgusted with yourself because you are physically sick with those diabetes, they call it, along the other issues I'd rather not mention. I supported you when you were down and damn near close to dying. The sad part is you couldn't even wash your own ass. Plus, your own daughter didn't even want to help you out. You intentionally stressed me out and tried to ruin my life. You are such a control freak with a nasty and demeaning disposition, which turned me off. I discovered that your attitude sucks and your personality stinks. So tell me this, how can you say that you care for me or even love me and act like a psycho 90% of the time for unnatural causes? Oh, I know why. It's because you love the ideal of having a sexy, radiant queen like me, who is wifey material that you didn't appreciate. You could never handle the real sophistication of a delicate class that is enriched in me, like satin fabric. I was treated like one of your former concubines and used as a sex object, but not anymore, baby. I loved you hard, truthfully, respectfully, and with loyalty. With my craven eyes, I used to love looking into your eyes and feeling special. At least I thought until the agony slapped me in my face. I cried almost every day and night, suffering from your lack of ability to show me sincere, genuine, and consistent love. no gratification whatsoever. You violated me with contaminated love. You turned out to be the worst thing for me, but yet the best thing that happened to me. My God showed me how contagious and unhealthy your love really turned out to be. You are not worthy of me. You do not deserve a precious lady like me. You will never have me back again. So don't come looking for me anymore in life because you blew your chances to get it right. I resented a lot of my moments, and I resented a lot of moments that were spent with you and your bratty child who was ungrateful and disrespectful. If your child do not change her ways, she would turn out to be a disaster case, just like you. The more I think about it, the more you didn't mean me any good. Your cruel intentions were to bring me down to lose what God allowed me to work hard for. You tried ruthlessly to demean my life because yours is so screwed up with bipolarism behavior. But my Lord and Savior didn't allow me to. Now that is it all over, I can move on and be liberal from your cage of hell. Like Beyonce say, the singer who wrote Me, Myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. I'm glad you're finally gone, my ex-lover and friend. And thanks again for all the worthless time that we spent. Free Spirit has spoken.
Yes, ma'am, she has. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yes. Look, Dr. Vanessa, I don't even know what to say, child. Woo, girl. Honey.
Sometimes we have to write out the whole messed up relationship to get it out of our It's part of our healing, and I hope some people look at that as an example and just write out everything that was messed up that we sat there and we took and we ignored it and act like it wasn't happening.
Right.
I love you go all out. Like we went through all these 20 years with you.
Look, girl, like that. Look, that wasn't even half of it though, yo. But it's all good. It's more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dr. Vanessa said, we went through it with you, sis, and it's good. It's good to be able to write it out. It's good to be able to let it go. Sometimes you have to put stuff on paper to really sit down and be able to analyze and think about what you went through and how you allowed yourself to succumb to a situation like that. And not saying that we're wrong for doing it, because sometimes we're naive and we trust people. You know, people can tell us who they are until they show us who they really are.
Yeah.
And we believe people, and that's why I tell anyone that I come in contact with, especially if we're trying to build a friendship, a relationship, whatever the case may be, I don't put expectations on people no more, because when you raise the bar for somebody, they let you down every time. So I always tell people, do not put expectations on me, because you put me all the way up here on this pedestal, and then when I don't meet the expectations that you set for me, I'm the one to blame, and I didn't even know you had expectations. So
Right.
I tell everybody, don't put expectations, because people let you
Right.
down every time. So sometimes we have to write it out. And thank you for sharing that with us, because it was a journey and it's an experience, and you're still going through it, and you could still write about it. So for you to be able to share your gift with us, we're grateful for that. So thank
Yeah,
you.
and I appreciate that. Thank you. And this was written in 2012. And see, I've overcame this, but this I felt like it's more for the present now.
It is.
And it is. And you could, and actually this is my first time ever reading this piece.
Mm.
So I'm just want to put that out there. This is the first time I ever really released it. So I thank you for being a part of this platform and allowing myself to be my voice, because at one point I used to be too ashamed to speak about it in the past. But by how God has preserved me and brought me through it and brought me to it, and fellowshipping with beautiful, strong Black women like yourselves. And I prayed about that to put sisterhood in my path, women who can relate to me and not judge me. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And before I bring Dr. Vanessa up, and then we're going to bring our final featured poet up, Miss Poetess April J. Armstrong is going to come up after that. God sometimes hides us, And sometimes we feel like we're not seen enough. I know Demetria say she wanted to be hidden and be in the back shadow for a long time, but sometimes that's God's plan. His plan is to hide us, because when we start shedding and coming off everything that was meant and sent to destroy us, the song and the Bible says that weapons will form, but they won't prosper. And that's the good thing about God. He can allow the enemy to throw so much at us, but at the same given time, he's there to block it. So it's good to have a God that blocks and stops stuff. So we can be hidden for such a time as this. And I do believe that in 2021 and moving forward, this is our time to speak out and be a voice for Hush No More, Rock Truth Nation, any platform that we grace. If we're able to tell our story, tell it. Don't hide it. Don't try and to suppress it. Let it out. Let it go. Let people know, because in the Black culture, in the Black community and households, that's something that's pushed up under the rug when it comes to domestic violence, child abuse, rape, child molestation, even human trafficking is stuff that Uncle Larry or Uncle Eddie could be doing, and everybody in the family knows about it. But because they want to keep everything so hush hush, that's why I love Hush No More, because it's time for our voices to be heard and not silenced. So I appreciate this platform as well. But I know we're limited on time, but I could talk to y'all all night, honey, because when we get to going on stuff like this, baby, you open up a whole land for me. But I know we're going to bring Dr. Vanessa up. I'm so excited, but I'm definitely excited to hear April. So, Dr. Vanessa.
R. Kelly versus India Ari. What is your favorite R. Kelly song or CD? Most people love his music and know every beat. Not me, because when I hear his voice, I remember the day when you asked me to go to dinner and treated me like a queen. You were so nice, and I didn't think you could ever be evil. That is why I trusted you when you said, let's go to my room to watch a movie. Your dark arms turned into snakes as they started to explore my body. They were strong and overpowered my small hands. Your couch turned into a bed as you pushed me down. You took your pants down faster than the speed of lightning. I couldn't believe that you were entering my treasure for your pleasure. I just laid there with questions running through my head. Why are you doing this? Why are you hurting me? Are you wearing a condom? Will I catch AIDS? Will I get pregnant? Will you ever stop? I became lost in my thoughts as you took over my body without permission. I just laid there, not fighting back, with salty tears running down my face. It was like you were running your own race. When I tuned out your heavy breathing, all I could hear was, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Homie, lover, friend, it seems like you're ready. Sex me, baby. And finally, 12 play. You raped me for the entire CD as if it was your theme song and hours long. So, yes, I hate the sound of R. Kelly's voice and the sound of your voice when you said, Soldier, no one will believe you. Now I am healing, and I use my voice to help others escape the demise of rape. Today, my tears still fall, but they are full of joy as they flutter down my face like beautiful butterflies. Your actions no longer have me bound, so I no longer frown. I have replaced R. Kelly with India Ari. Life is a journey, not a destination. There are no mistakes, just chances we're taking. It's a beautiful day. Mm. I am light. I am light. And now I'm ready for love. And ready to conquer the shame by placing it on you because you should be ashamed of what you did to me. You were wrong. They believed me. And instead of fighting a war in Iraq, I leave the battle to God who has my back. Signed, Private Vanessa Dunn. Thank you.
I don't even know what to say, Dr. Vanessa. I don't even know what to say. Um, it's so real and raw, and I'm not gonna get into it because I really do want April to have her time. But when everything happened with R. Kelly, no one no one thought that he could do the things that he did, and everybody still was all into his music. But I never ever liked him like that. And a lot of people say, well, he's on some gospel tracks with Kurt Franklin. He is, but I don't listen to those gospel tracks either, just because of the way he is. So when I say you just drop nuggets and gems for us to just sit back and think about it, it's just like, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was phenomenal. See, I'm trying not to cry, but y'all just trying to
Girl, who you telling?
Don't cry, because I am healing. Like, I believe that when we have sad poetry, I go back and I write the positive. Like, so I wrote the first half and I went back years later and flipped that thing because I'm not in that space anymore.
That's right.
And the poetry still exists.
Right.
We can't stay in that space. We have to go from a healing perspective. And so that's important. Very important. So when I speak or share my story, I never want people to cry or feel bad. I want people to be like, yes, this girl got butterfly tears, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right. And we are on the inside, we are, but you know, for people that's just first hearing you and they don't know what you're going to say, and after you're done, it's like, wow, I can relate. You know, because a lot of people don't think that when people get up and talk that they'll be able to relate to them. But sometimes if you just hush and listen, a lot of the things that people say you can actually relate to, and you like, wow, I'm not the only person going through this. I'm not the only person that's been through this, because it's millions of people that's going through what we've gone through or what we're going through. And if we just take the time to build one another up, we can all heal together. We don't have to heal in silence, and we don't have to heal alone. We can heal together. So again, I'm grateful for this platform. Yes, Kim, she did an amazing job. So next, last but not least, we are going to bring up, y'all, she's so sweet. You know how you ain't never talked to nobody on the phone. So I called April and told her that I needed I messaged and said I needed her bio. And she responded with her phone number. So I called her. You know, when you calling somebody for the first time, you don't never know what somebody gonna say or how they're gonna be on the or how they're gonna be on the phone. But she is such a sweetheart, and she's such a pleasant person to talk to, and you can hear it in her voice. And you know, she didn't ask questions, and without hesitation, she just said, "Give me your email." And I gave her my email, and she sent it over. So April, thank you, thank you, thank you. Poetess April J. Armstrong, an original Georgia Peach girl. I like that. She said an original GA Peach. Is an entrepreneur, journalist, spoken word artist, voiceover artist, graphic designer, and digital creator, TV, radio host, and author. She obtained an associate's degree in journalism, a bachelor's in communications. Poetess April J is the owner of Asia's. Is that right, April?
Aja's Essentials. Yeah.
Aja's Essentials LLC, promoting nature's natural remedies to feed your melanin, and is establishing herself as a publicist. She authored a poetry book entitled A Glass Mirror, which has also been released as a spoken word CD aptly named the same. All 21 written pieces now laid over instrumental tracks spinning on Django.com. Internet radio, domestic, and internation can be purchased on Amazon. Make sure to follow her for upcoming business ventures aimed at the culture and our collective. Follow her now on IG, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Snapchat. Yes. I need to get some of them, April.
It's so weird to hear myself. I'm usually the one reading everybody else's bio, so it's a little nervous hearing about myself.
But
But
you're
thank
awesome,
you.
Queen. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe y'all put me last. Really? Y'all want me? Okay. After such
Because I wanted you to
told
stay.
you.
I wanted you to stay. After your comment you made, I wanted to make sure you stayed in this room the whole time.
The poetry tonight has been phenomenal. First, let me say thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having this platform. Thank you for being able to share with such beautiful kings and queens who have come on tonight and just been transparent. The spoken word pieces and poetry, it is just great. And I already have a young lady I work with, and she is like, I have to have them on my platform too. So I would love to invite everybody, not to just her platform, but my platform, just to spread the word on Hush No More, Rock Nation, Rock Truth Nation, and everybody's organizations here. I would love to just spread the word, get the information out, give you that exposure and promotion, because this is something that we actually all need to hear. It's very crazy how we really do. From domestic violence, domestic abuse, especially when you've been through the situation and you don't realize you're in it until you get out of it. But the biggest thing is, don't let anyone belittle or take away the validation of what happened to you. Your situation is your situation. Just because it wasn't as bad as the next person, it's still your hurt, your pain that you need to go through. And a lot of the pieces that were presented tonight, I know are going to help me. So I know they're going to help a lot of other people. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Oh my gosh. So, okay. My first piece I'm going to do is very short. It's a piece I actually don't do too often, but it's a piece that, of course, speaks to tonight. This piece is out of my book. It's called A Glass Mirror. It is available on Amazon, Django.com. It is internet radio. But again, it is a short piece, but to me, it speaks volumes because it was very hard for me to write it. I wrote it in the third person, kind of wrote it to myself, kind of looking outside myself, talking to myself. It's called For My Sister. Today, he beat her down until she broke. The tears flowed, her pain followed, and he left her hollow inside with invisible scars. Relentlessly, he antagonized her feelings of loneliness, anger, and frustration, whispering to abandon friends and family until slowly she drew into herself. And there, in his welcomed isolation, is where he, depression, blanketed her. That piece I wrote, I admit I kept it short because I suffer greatly from depression. In all my blessings, it still doesn't take much to trigger it. But it's so surreal how depression will pull you in and feel so warm and so comfortable, until you learn how to find that support group to talk to someone and really figure out how to work on it and get the help and support that you need. So that piece, it's in the book, but it's very short, but very close to my heart for what it is. My second piece I've done before on the show. But I wanted to do it again because this piece actually, we talk about domestic violence between husband and wife, just a man to a woman. But sometimes we forget that domestic violence and domestic abuse can happen between mother to son, sisters, brothers. It's the emotional and psychological scars that it leaves, the pain that it leaves, the estranged feelings that you have when you can't reconnect with those siblings any longer. Um, so this piece is called Disowned. I'm going to be very transparent. It is about three older sisters that I wrote this piece over 20 years ago. But it actually still holds a lot of weight to today. And I am now working through trying to reconnect with those sisters and try to speak with them, but it's still very hard. Um, I'll just go ahead and start the piece. Disowned. She was like a disease which craved to infect and inhabit every part of me. She was older than I should have idolized the profession that defined her identity held high class to my low class ass. She gave a stranger's observation, not a family's interpretation of one she doesn't know. Had the audacity to converse on what's best for me without consulting me. It was just jealousy because I live more freely, not restricted, but blessed and poetically gifted because she is barren to a purpose. Hopeless optimism of her karma. I'm searching for peace of mind while she is searching for piece of the pie. She too self-absorbed, trying to retain married individuality. And she searching for that suited 6 figures. While she hustling in the streets to make ends meet. Age does not bring wisdom or the right knowledge. So I acknowledge the calamity provoked by childish anxieties of she feeling guilty from known wrongdoings and misgivings, but she will reflect back to me and family, needing a helping hand, needing some support to stand. But will I catch her when she begins to fall back up against the wall or extend the same courtesy presented to me? I find it deplorable, unexplainable. Minds racing to remain positive. The obligation, determination, my will to damn near kill those who negate my personality. Must have lost your sanity. Fronting as my keepers, the quiet reapers of individualism, non-constructive criticism of an everyday portrayal, wanting to lower a funeral's veil. The resurrection is who they wanted me to be, but then give them permission to change me. Thinking you were influence, but a comical nuisance, like toilet paper stuck to the ass of the world. Through furrows of glassy-eyed haze, I'm leaving you twisted in a daze, expelling mental energy for the sake to release thee, because your jealousy and envy has you acting like a fool from the torments you're going through by always having my name on your mind. Is it insanity? Because you seeming like a groupie. Got a hotline, whether a cell or a landline, to gossip over nothing but space and time. Stop. Till next. Peace.
Yes.
Hey, bro. What? Yeah.
Whoa. Yes.
Hey, bro.
That was for me.
Wow. So you're still in Georgia?
I am actually in South Carolina in Greenville, 2 hours away, but I can make it down there when I need to.
Okay. What are you doing on July 31st?
I don't know. In my training class, probably my new training class for my new job, but I don't know.
That's a Saturday.
What's going on July 31st?
my official launch for Black Butterfly Queens life coaching. It is, my daughter said I'm extra, and I am, and I accept that. But it's not just a launch; it's a spit, paint, and sip. So We're going to have live entertainment. We're going to have poetry. We're
Okay.
going to have painting and sipping, a little bit of shopping.
Ew.
Networking.
Ew. I like
We're
that.
gonna someone that I connected with a few years ago. She offered to actually do a virtual component as well.
Okay.
I'm like, okay,
Nice. I like that. And it's Saturday. That's a Saturday.
that's a Saturday.
I will be free. Come to think about it, yes, I am free on Fridays and
So
Saturdays. Do my
anyone who wants to come, I had because we have a look for a Facebook for Hush No More, correct? Did y'all make a group or a page now? I
Yeah,
can share.
there's no more page.
I can share the Eventbrite link. If anyone wants to join us, it's and I kept thinking to myself, it's not just about me. It's about us. It's about our sisterhood because we need each other and that type of positive support.
Mhm.
And that's what Black Butterfly Queens is about our transformation, our beauty, and our scars.
Mm.
Yes,
Very, very
ma'am.
true.
Yes, ma'am. April, honey, you were amazing. April, question.
Yeah.
Thank
You you used to go to Coffee Underground.
Yeah, I have not gotten on stage. They are trying their best to get me on stage. Black Phoenix, Booty Black, Kimberly,
Yeah.
One Mystical comes up, all of them. Yes, they're trying.
Yes.
I'm gonna get on stage.
Well,
Oh,
honey, okay. So I just came from Greenville today, and I will be back in Greenville tomorrow after work. And Sunday
Okay.
night, I am going to Coffee Underground. I haven't been in 2 years, so I am going to get on stage. I
Okay.
came Beauty Black yesterday, so April, I want to see you there, honey. You were
Okay.
yes.
you
Amazing.
were amazing. You were
Thank you.
phenomenal. I mean, really, there's really no words to even describe the passion that you brought tonight with your pieces because it was so phenomenal. And I
Thank
believe when I say this, I can say it for everyone up here. You're actually relatable. We can relate to you in some way. And you're right. Domestic violence just doesn't happen in a marriage or a relationship. It could be mom and son, mom and daughter, siblings. Um, it just happens and it's unfortunate, but it does happen. So we
Right.
want to thank you for sharing your piece.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're welcome, honey.
Thank you.
Kim, I see you said you had to leave, so thank you so much for gracing us with your presence tonight. You were a blessing. We enjoyed you. It took up a lot of guts and nerve to get up and speak before us for the very first time, and you did it, and you did it effortlessly. So we thank you, and we hope that you will come back again to be a part of another event. Um, I know someone said they wanted to happen more frequently. So um Dr. Vanessa and Salina are going to discuss that, and we'll definitely keep you all in the loop.
Okay.
We are now coming up to 10 minutes before it's time for us to get off. And I just want to say before I bring Dr. Vanessa up that everyone that graced us tonight was phenomenal. It wasn't no little eyes and big U's. Everyone did their part in sharing in this event. I'm sure that everyone that heard us tonight and everyone that will hear us from the live that was posted, they're going to be blessed by it. And in some way, they're going to be able to heal through it. And I just thank y'all for being able to come to the forefront and be a voice for the voiceless. And we need more of us. So if you have someone in mind that does spoken word, please invite them. And it doesn't even have to be spoken word. An organization who we can just spread this awareness and get it out about all of the great things that's getting ready to take place for Hush No More as well as Rock Truth Nation. We would love for you all to have them be a part of our next event. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for sharing with us. Selena, I thank you for allowing me to be the host this evening. I called and spoke with Dr. Vanessa and told her how nervous I was, but it wasn't that bad, Dr. Vanessa. It wasn't that bad. So y'all, I got over my fear of speaking in front of people, even though I can get on the stage and spit in front of people. Sometimes, you're hard on yourself. And I just thank y'all for being with me tonight and listening to me. And I wish we had more time. But I hope you all have a blessed evening. And Dr. Vanessa and Selena is going to come up before we close out.
Right. Thank you, everyone that just graced the stage. It was truly an honor. Everybody did such a great job. I am so proud of each and every one of you for speaking your truth, for deciding to hush no more, and to just honoring us by sharing your talent, because you didn't have to, but you did. So thank you. And I hope to be able to grace the stage with you again and that you attend another event. Fantasia, you were fantastic. I don't know what you were nervous for. You're made for this. You did great. Hush No More, like we said, is here to support our communities. If someone in your family or you are struggling with any of the hush topics, sexual assault, domestic violence, sex trafficking, child sexual abuse, incest, we are here. We offer free counseling. We have art therapy every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a advocate, a survivor, or a nonprofit organization speak every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Hush No More platform. Follow us, connect with us, share our information, because you never know who needs our help, who is out there that just needs somebody to listen to. So that is always our goal, to be a blessing to you. We have some events coming up on August the 7th. August the 7th, we are actually having a college forum. So if you have children that are going back to college, nieces and nephews, have them join us, because we're going to talk about the truth. We're going to talk about what happens in college to provide information as relates to sexual assault, drinking, drugs, all of that. So that is very important. We're also having a big domestic violence walk in Columbia, South Carolina on October 16th. So if you're a survivor or just want to come out and support us, you can. You can also join us virtually. You can check out all our information at hushnomore.org. You can always contact us at 1-888-285-2161. And before I leave, I just want to share a piece with someone that gave me their permission to share their poetry. And it's important that you realize that children do struggle with a lot of things. They don't always come forward to tell. And when we have broken children, we end up with broken adults. So how can we resolve this? So watch out for our kids. Don't let everybody have access to your children. I never told. He told me that I was special and gave me gifts. He told me to trust him. He told me that it wouldn't hurt and to close my eyes. He told me to pull down my pants so he could see my private. He told me to open my eyes as he pulled his pants down so I could see his private. He told me that they are the same and we should touch. He told me that I would always be his best boy. Watch out for our girls and our boys. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all again for joining us. And if you all are in the area, July 22nd, I will be featuring at Mint Chop House on Decker Boulevard at 7 p.m. So if you're able to come, please come out and support. I'm so excited and nervous again.
You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. I got an alibi, Fantasia, an alibi. We are putting together a Hush No More poetry book, and the Hush topics, we are looking for writers to share their story. The Hush No More poetry book will go towards survivors in our organization. All sales are for Hush No More. So if you are a poet and you would like to participate, please go to hushnomore.org/poetry and submit. We would love for you to join our book. You will be able to sell the book for yourself. And I think it's important that when you're on a platform that you also have something that is published so that, you can raise money for yourself as well. So please join us if you are interested in being part of the Hush No More poetry book. We'd love for you all to join, even out there in YouTube, Facebook world, Instagram world. Check us out. That's all I got.
Yes, please support, because this is another way for you all to advertise yourselves, market yourselves, and get your poetry out and your pieces out. So thank you, Dr. Vanessa, for allowing us to be able to have the option to be a part of this great event that you're doing. Is Selena here, or is she still having trouble with her?
I think she's still having trouble, Fantasia.
Okay.
But we thank her. It always happens that way when you plan something.
Right. Yeah. And everything don't always go as planned, but she had a good backup team. So we want to thank Selena again and Dr. Vanessa for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this platform. We look forward to everything that you and Selena is going to do in the future. We hope to be able to come back and grace you all with our presence again. But if we don't have anything other than peace and blessings, it is almost 10 o'clock unless somebody got something else they want to say. But if not, we really do appreciate you all for taking the time out of your schedule. You have something to say, Tammy?
Yes, I just want to tell Vanessa, thank you so much again. I will be participating in your Hush No More poetry book. So just letting you know. Okay. And also my book is published on Amazon.com, The Old and New Creation, volumes 1 and 2. If you all are interested in looking into it, it's The Old and New Creation, volumes 1 and 2 on Amazon.com. And thank you again, Fantasia, for allowing me to present that. And I'm coming to get my nephew too. So keep that in mind.
Come get him. Come get him. Yes.
And thank all the phenomenal poets coming from another poet, spoken word artists. You know, it takes hard work and courage to get out here and bravery to speak our voice, you know, but I'm so proud of you all as well. And thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to be a part of you amongst greatness as well with you all.
Yep. And April said it best. Everyone did a great job, a phenomenal job, and we were so blessed tonight. I hope that someone says something that you could take with you and apply it to your life, or at least go and support the authors who were amongst us tonight, who provided you with links to their website for the books that they've published. Sky, I cannot wait to read your book. Honey, let me know, send the link so I can purchase it, because I am excited about that. I can't wait. And if everyone has a link that they could drop in here, like Dr. Vanessa said earlier, please do so we can support you. And I'll drop my link as well. Until next time, y'all, I was your host for the night, Divine Serenity. It's been thank you, girl. It has been a pleasure. Sky, I love your haircut again. So drop the link on where you went to get it, per our conversation earlier. I love y'all, and I hope you all have a blessed night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Blessings.
Thank you.
Drop the links, Sky.